Hey guys, welcome to the Rich in Truth podcast. This is the very first episode, so it's a very, very special episode. I feel like the name is self-explanatory. It's going to be a podcast where we have some real, honest, truthful, raw conversations with amazing and uncensored point of views. So I'm going to introduce my amazing guests for today. So to my left, I have Juma. Please introduce yourself.
Yep, my name is Juma Star, content creator, actor, all the creators, all that stuff.
Amazing. And then to my right, we have the amazing Asia. Please introduce yourself.
Oh, I haven't done this in a while. So presenter, I do comedy. I'm just a bit funny. That's all it is.
You're a lot funny.
I'm just a bit funny.
Just a lot funny.
She's hilarious, man.
And then we have my baby girl Emma behind the camera. You won't see her, but you will hear her. So please introduce yourself.
Aspiring actress. First and foremost, I'm a mother. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
That's all you need to say. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm really excited for this podcast. I said it's the first ever episode. It's really special. So big up everyone that's here today. Like, I really, really appreciate it. And I hope we're gonna have a really insightful conversation. And we're just gonna be honest. So we don't want to offend anyone. So please don't take offense to it. But I do believe in life, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. And everyone's point of view should be discussed. Mm-hmm. So the topic the topic that we're going to be discussing today is dating outside your race okay? Can Black people date outside our race and still be pro-Black? Which
God damn.
Okay. I often say yes.
To what? Yes to what?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can still be date outside your race and be pro-Black. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I feel like, being pro-Black is in you. It's not on you. Do you get what I'm saying? So you can still date, for instance, a Caucasian man and still be pro about where you came from, your culture, where you grew up, and the people that you're surrounded by. I don't think dating a Caucasian man or an Asian man makes you less of what you already are, or the experiences that you've been through, and so on and so forth.
What do you think about
that? I feel like with this topic, there's a lot of nuances that don't get taken into consideration. First of all, we need to understand, like, what does pro-Black mean?
Okay, so let's start there.
Pro-Black is about, everything you do is for Black people. You prioritize the Black community before anything else.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Being pro-Black is putting into Black businesses if given the choice. Being pro-Black is if you have your child put them in a pro-Black school. Things like that is all about what you put your community into. So it's like, so given the choice, if you're pro-Black, people would say, like, how can you be pro-Black and you don't date a Black woman? Because if you're all about Black people, you're for the Black community. Dating a person with, like, who's from another race and then procreating with them, you're literally creating something that is against building up the Black community, because you're literally taken away by dating another race and procreating with that other race.
I hear what you're saying.
It's kind of wild.
I hear what you're saying, and I agree to a certain extent. But me, I would say that I am pro-Black. I am for my people. I want the best for my people, but I do date outside my race. And I will say, like, you can't help who you fall in love with. Like, I did not go out there with the intentions to be like, yeah, I want to date outside my race. I never imagined it. Like, I always said, you know what, I'm going to be with a Black man. I'm going to raise beautiful Black children. I'm going to teach them about their history and self-love. And it just so happened that I fell for someone that's not Black. So it's like, do I now sacrifice the person that I love to prove to who else ever, like, is out there viewing me that, yeah, I'm pro-Black? Like, that's not going to stop me doing stuff for the community. That's not going to stop me supporting Black businesses. So I don't think it's fair to be like, oh, well, you're dating outside your race, that you like, your Black card, your pro-Black card's revoked.
Yeah, a genuine question, especially from yourself that said that, so mixed race kids, let's say, mixed race people, do you think they can be pro-Black?
Do I think they can be pro-Black?
Yeah.
I think they can be, of course, but it's like depends though. It depends on which side of the family they are more lenient towards. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that's the thing with mixed race kids. There's a lot of times when what I've seen a lot of mixed race kids they have problems with kind of like
Identity.
the identity. Where do they fall under? So it depends. Like the funny thing is like my brother, he himself, he dates interracial. You know, he has a mixed race kid. But I do see that sometimes with his upbringing too, like there's a lot of where does he fall under, which language to speak, what culture does he eat with his hand, or does he eat with spoon and fork and stuff. So it all depends on what they fall in. But that's what I'm saying is nuance. You see, we also don't consider where someone's geographical area is. You know what I'm trying to say? You could be pro-black, but you just happen to be raised around the white area. So
That's
what I say. It's a very nuanced topic.
Problem being pro-black and dating outside your race as long as your culture and the roots are there. Like me personally, I feel like, and I've had these conversations so many times, I am mixed race, but my mother is black. My mother's from the Caribbean. My dad is Spanish and Puerto Rican, but he's white basically. And I didn't raise with him or his family. Everyone in my family, I was raised by 2 strong black women. All my uncles and aunts are all black, right? And I feel like even me being mixed race, I'm pro-black. I want what's right, but I still agree with Nate in the sense of that you can't help who you fall in love with. As long as that baby was made by love, nothing else should matter. As long as you're instilling in your child what matters and where they come from. Because me, I know that my mum is installed in me where I'm from. I know where I'm from. I'm constantly asking about my roots. Like even the other day, I asked my uncles that come over from St. Lucia to teach me patois, our version, which is that Creole broken French. Because I want to constantly learn about my life. So I feel like you can definitely date outside your race and be pro-black.
And because I was thinking, because with that is like the question is though, is pro-black learning about your culture and loving your culture? Is pro-black building?
That was gonna be.
There's a difference between learning the culture and appreciating the culture and loving it and practicing the culture. There's a difference of building up towards the culture.
I don't have a preference. I don't date white men. I'm definitely contributing back.
Fair enough.
I guess it just depends though. It depends like on the children. Like would they then you produced mixed race children. Can you then say, yep, for sure, my child is gonna be also pro-black and stuff like that? I think that's more so why maybe I would say that you can't be pro-black and still date outside of your race.
I feel like it's a sensitive subject because I heard as well, like I know Tupac, we all know he was someone that was very pro-black and he went through a stage where he was dating Madonna and he wrote her a letter and apparently he told her that he didn't want to continue the relationship just because like she's a white woman. And I was just thinking like, right, if you think about it, he could have really loved her as a person, but he felt like he was being fake or phony to outside people. So what I'm saying is if you are saying like, yeah, I'm pro-black and I have to date a black woman, but your soulmate might not be black. Like it's okay. Like I feel like you don't have to sacrifice like who you love.
I'd rate Tupac depending on his reasons for. If he did it because he's genuinely pro-black and he feels like it's against what he believes in, I'm with it. Yeah. Everyone their own.
Yeah.
If he did it because of what other people think, then I'm not really.
But I feel like we also can't be naive to the fact that with interracial relationships, like it's different between like, yeah, if you genuinely love someone, but then sometimes there is this fetish, you can't deny that. So like there's this whole thing that when a black man, as soon as he gets successful, after he's been dating black women, when, I don't know, he might have been not as successful. And then when he gets his success, he wants the woman that he could have never got before when he didn't have money. And those tend to be like white women because they might not have been around like his pool or, I don't know, Spanish, Latinas. They love these type of women or like whatever, like exotic women they class them as, which... What?
I'm listening.
Yes, I'm just thinking.
No, you know what? I'm listening because I do see that happening, but I don't know if the reason is because they couldn't get them women before. Because
what's the reason then?
Because when I look at
athletes do that a lot.
It's athletes, but these are all people with social status. It's people. Is let's be real, right? When it comes to society, like when they look at the most desired women, or like right now, it's gonna be white women, Asian, Latinas. They're all gonna like. Generally across globes, like there's there's stats against this. Those are the most those on the scale, those are the most desired women in society. So as a athlete or as an artist or as an actor, when you're at that certain social status, you're gonna get yourself a white woman.
But when you're obviously at that certain status, you're only around those type of women because those are the type of places that you're always in. Right. So if you're always in, let's say, even though I don't like them tape, there's always going to be a majority of white women in that club. And all the footballers and stuff are there. So obviously, and even just private members clubs, stuff like that. Like, when I've gone to certain places, they'll look at me like, oh, girl here today, because there's hardly ever like those, like any black women ever in there. So yeah,
I've had this conversation with my friend. Yeah, he's American, and he was talking about the same topic, right? And I asked him the same thing, like, 'cause I see it a lot in America happen, where the athletes they'll be dating a black woman, and then they get to a certain status and they want a blonde woman. And so I asked him, he's an athlete as well, and you know what he actually said? And he said, I can only speak for America. And he said, black women over here tend to be ratchet and don't know how to act.
How did I know she was going to say that? Like, they always say black women have this attitude.
And the thing is, I feel like all women
have saying that's what
it's so played out.
All women have attitude, but suddenly it's just like black women, you lot have the worst. Okay.
I feel like black women in America get a really bad rep for a small portion of what some do.
I agree.
I have to.
Agreed.
I agree. And I feel like for some reason, like when it comes to black women expressing themselves, like we're always seen as an aggressor. Like, you can, even in like the workplaces, when the white women are like, they can be screaming and, you know, they'll be just like, oh, you know, be the bigger person. But if it was you screaming now, you're like, HR, hello, I was in fear of my life.
Situation you have to go by differently, because I've seen a few things. And I saw a clip, I think it was on Instagram, Shaper or something. It's like some fake Big Brother going on.
Oh,
and the girl
saw that.
Was screaming at the boy because someone threw the wig on.
The Madam Joyce girl, yeah.
Don't touch no woman's wig. I don't give a shit, right? Let's start there. But she was screaming in his face. And sometimes, like, I've got white friends, I've got black friends. And sometimes I feel like, especially my white friends, they can't say boo to a ghost. Anything they say is wrong. And there's been a few situations that I've seen as of recently. A black woman has been aggressive, and someone has mentioned it and said, stop being angry. Straight away it's, you can't call a black woman angry. Yes, you can. If you are screaming in my face and you're being aggressive, what do you want me to say? I'd say the same thing if it was an Asian woman or white woman. If you are acting aggressively, then you're being aggressive. But that's why I say each situation you have to judge differently, because I have also seen a black woman who isn't acting aggressive, and a bunch of corporate Caucasian people saying the same thing, calm down, and she's calm. So I feel like everyone needs to stop jumping on the bandwagon and you can't say this, you can't say that. Each situation is different. It's all one fits all.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like, as you said, each situation is different, but it's like, I feel it happens more often than not. Like when it's not justified telling a black woman to calm down, or when it's not justified saying she's angry, or I don't know, I feel like gaslighting as well is like a big thing. Like even when you've been done wrong and you're allowed to express your frustration and you're basically being made to feel like, well, like, no, you can't, you're being too aggressive. Like, and I just feel like with other races, I don't think they get the same thing, like the same backlash. Like even Zizi Mills, I recently saw her going on Big Brother and she done really well. I'm really proud of her. But there was a scene, I'm so sorry. There was a scene of this white woman, I can't remember, I think her name's Lauren, like she's one posh uptown girl, I think she's a actress or whatever.
Lauren with the reddish hair?
Yeah, and she was cutting up some fruit or whatever, and she didn't like how Zizi would cut in the oranges, and she made like a big thing about it, like, oh, I thought we was gonna have a fruit salad, like, or whatever, and Zizi just, like, she didn't say anything. She made a little joke when she brought the oranges to the table to the people, and was just like, they were like, oh, thanks for cutting up the oranges, and Zizi was like, oh, you liked it. Lauren said she didn't like it, and then she tried to spin that on Zizi and tried to make her seem like she's a bully and she was taking the mick out of her and like just this whole victimizing thing. But it's just like the way she was going around to the rest of the house explaining it, making Zizi out to be a villain, but that's so easily believable just because she's a black woman. And that's just like an example, but I'm saying it happens in all areas of life. So I feel like when people...
Lauren does that a lot though, because I've watched her on Real Housewives and she's very much... I'm not saying... I haven't seen Big Brother or how she did it, so I can't say for certain, but she is a very victim mentality, like, oh, you did this to me, oh my gosh, I'm so hurt. And she did the same thing on Real Housewives.
Yeah.
But that's in general though. I feel like in general, when it comes to like black people, always looked at as we can handle things more. We are just more stronger. Even if you look at the like miscarriages or deaths in the NHS, they always think that the black woman, she can just handle it. Like they'll prioritize other things. Like we are just looked at as stronger, but that comes with disadvantages as well. Like we're humans. Like it's like for example, even when I was in school, like I could be talking to a teacher normally, and the gaslighting would be, "Calm down, G. Calm down. It's okay. Like, calm." I'm like, I'm talking normally, and then there could be another child who'd be in school. Like,
where did you go to school?
East London, Buxton, Leytonstone. That's so. I feel like it's a thing where it's just we just looked at we can handle more BS because we've gone through BS a lot. Like we've gone through so much, they can handle it. They probably know you get hits at home and stuff. They just know stuff like that, so they just think we can handle this. But it's not. We're still human at the end
I
of the day.
agree. And I feel like
that's where it comes down to.
I think that's a big problem as well, because even like what you're saying in the NHS, the death rates of like black women that are like when they give birth is like it's ridiculously sky high. Like I don't know the exact statistics right now, and it's always because they feel like they actually taught in school, doctor school, that like black women can bear more pain, and I'm just like, how did they come to that study? Like,
it's true.
You know what?
Say that.
Do you know what it is though?
It's crazy. It's like,
and maybe I don't know. You can let me know. So you let me know, because you know what it is. You know what it is. All of my friends that I've given birth, my black girls, they've always said it's always the black doctors or the black nurses that were always like it's okay. My friend literally gave birth in the car a couple of days ago because she was told, yeah, you're fine, go home, you're not even close. She gave birth in the car, and then she was like, the white nurse was trying to say, you know what, maybe let's put her in the birthing center, that it could be time. The other doctors, the other nurses come through, black women said, nah, I'm sure she's good, just send her off. So is it are we doing it to ourselves as well?
I literally, do you know what was crazy? In my room, I had 2 white women and 1 black lady, yeah? Like, the white women were very, oh my gosh, it's okay, push, push, push. Okay, you can do it. Oh, like, push. It was literally you know. And the African lady that was it, lovely woman. But she was like, she kind of, I'll show you a picture afterwards as well. She's got her hands on the side. Chilling. She was, I swear to God, she was chilling. And once he was born, she literally put him in his clothes, like, put him in his clothes like that. And she just handed him to me. And I was crying. She said, crying.
See, it's kind of like we're just a bit heartless,
to
ourselves.
I don't think it's a thing of being hard on it. I feel like it's the comfortability just exceeds. I feel like it's a thing where, even in school, right, the black teachers, they would be way more calmer when they spoke to white students. But when us, they look at you like your little brother, so they'll be a bit more tough. I feel like it's a thing where it's like you're comfortable. In school, we're open with each other, but sometimes it just exceeds limits. You know what I'm trying to say? I think that's where it is. I think they're more comfortable. They're more comfortable with doing certain things. Like you get customer service way better from a white person than a black person, because a black person is looking at you as a friend. So you're all right. You can that's wait. One of the guys. Yeah,
so hold on, I've got you.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that's what it is. And then when it's a white person, they're like more okay, cool. You know,
right?
They're gonna be more calm. I think that's it. In a case where that's the case, it's a thing where they're just too comfortable with you, so they just talk to you anyway.
I went to a Catholic school, that's what it is. So the majority of my teachers were Irish. Yeah. They were the tough ones. Like, those were the ones that was screaming at me down the hallway. Like, I think my ear even got dragged out by them. They was tough. The black women in my school, they was, I would say, tougher than the Irish women. Like, it wasn't talk to me as a friend.
Oh, no, but that's what I mean. They talk to you as a, like, for example, like, my black teachers, the black female teacher, she would shout at me like I'm her son. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, but that's what I'm talking about, tougher. But is it tough that they don't like it? Was it tough love? It depends. That's what I mean. I think it comes in.
Didn't like me, man. None of them liked me. But to be fair, none of them teachers liked me.
But
That's what I look at.
I think regardless though, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a nurse, whether you're a doctor, first and foremost, you need to be professional. And especially when it's something like, if it's given like birth, I don't care what color I am. Like, don't tell me, don't tell me, oh, don't tell me how much pain I can make. At the end of the day, this is not just my life on the line, but my child's life. Like, even like your friend that had to give birth in the car, I hope she put in a formal complaint. Because that's disgusting. Because exactly,
her third baby.
Because that's not easy.
Congratulations.
She was like, literally, she called me, let's say 12:30, and she was like, oh, still getting these pains and stuff like that. And I said, really? And they sent you home? She's like, yes, they said it's not time. Hold on, stay there, getting another one. I'm like, okay. By the time 45 minutes passed, she's like, I've just had the baby. Huh?
Oh, that's crazy.
What?
Yeah. I'm telling you now.
Big up to all the mothers out there.
Big up.
I know.
I haven't done it yet, but
Never have I.
Wait, listen, my back has not been the same.
I saw you.
Did you get the epidural?
Yeah, I didn't want the epidural. I went down to the birthing centre. But in the birthing centre, you're not allowed to have epidural. So I went through when I tell you, I took advantage of everything.
You get the pool. You get a pool in the birth.
Yeah, I got the pool, but the woman put me in the pool. And I feel, do you know what's crazy? Yeah. The black lady that came in, the midwife, she came in and put more warm water in there, because this woman put me in the pool and it was stone cold. She said, it's got to be lukewarm. I was like, how's that helping my back? Like, it ain't lukewarm. That was stone cold. Yeah. That was Alaska. And she must have come in, she was like, yeah, let me put a little bit more in for you. I said,
thanks.
Thank you. I was really young as well. Yeah. So it's only the age that I'm at now, I've realised how much of a baby I was having a baby. I literally turned around to my nan, who's been a nurse for years. And I said to her, Nanny, I can't do it anymore, Nanny. I said, I can't do it. Because I was in so much pain. 3 days I was in labour.
Doesn't sound like a the experience. You're not selling it to me.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying.
You're not selling it to me.
I swear, everyone I speak to that's had children, like, as much as I want children, like, you guys just put me off. It's either you have horrible birthing stories, the pain, the rips, the tears.
You're still in pain.
I'm still
exactly.
in pain.
It's like,
I can't even get my lashes done laying down flat for too long. But with all of that being said,
it was all worth it.
My son is now a teenager.
Yeah.
And I would not trade him for every day I look at him, I never think that I would love him any more than I already do. And the age that he's at now, we're quite young. We're 17 years apart. And that's my best friend. That's my little guy.
Aww.
But no, it's worth it. It's all worth it. I was ill through the pregnancy. All 9 months I threw up, lost weight, hospital, lost my hair. My teeth were crumbling because of how much I was throwing up. Then the labour was traumatic, but I wouldn't change it for the world. So that little piece of pain that you got to go through, or whatever it may be, so worth it for a lifetime of joy.
Babe, big up you, because bringing a child into this world is not easy. Like, it's literally like you're putting your life on the line by having a child. Yes. So it's not easy. So big up yourself.
It's not be sentimental, because I do want to knock him out sometimes.
Hey.
I
got your back.
Baby.
I got your back.
You ain't even watch this. You know, he's on there. You're embarrassing me.
Oh my God. Should I put in a dilemma?
Oh,
yeah.
I love those.
I like a bit. Give me a dilemma. Get in there.
Oh my days.
And if he ain't right for you, we're gonna tell him jump on.
That pro-black one.
Tell him. But we didn't do your first question,
which was, is it okay dating outside your race? We kind of did.
Technically, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay, we've
but
done
I feel like with the
which we said,
conversation,
we said basically you can't help who you fall for.
yeah,
okay.
True.
Okay.
The pictures we love, I was like, you really can't do it.
Gotcha!
You really can't.
Because I was thinking, you can be, what if you're pro-black, but you live in a white area, and that's
exactly.
Because you love what you're surrounded by. Really.
No, I'll get in trouble for that.
No,
do you think you can only be in love one time?
Yeah.
Like, truly in love one time?
No, I think you can be in love more than one time.
But
it's different types of love.
I just don't, like, okay, so if you love someone, for me, like, you're willing to die for that person. I would die for you. I love you, you know? But I'm not. But I would. All the people that say we've dated, because I've dated a few. I'll put my hands up out there. And you would die for all of them? No.
Well, so you say it's your first
But
time?
I told all of them I love them. Oh yeah, I love you. Of course I love you.
But that's yeah.
If I say I love you, I mean it. Like,
Love you too.
That's why a lot of people call me cold. You be calling me.
So wait, if any man that you've said I love you to, you will die for them.
Yeah, and I still would. Like, I've said it to my baby father, and as much as we don't talk right now, we don't get along, but the minute he called me, I'd be there for him, and I would die for him, 100%.
I think that's different. That you share a child.
So what? Without a child? You busting up over
No,
there.
that's sorry, because I said.
I rate what you said because I've deeped it. There's no man in this life, like partner, that I'm willing to die for. I don't think I'll be willing to die for anyone except my sister and then probably my
Be
child.
careful what you say.
I put my life out there. Like I will die. Like I will die for you.
Actually,
Look in your eyes. I'll die for you.
You made such a valid point because I'm thinking about my exes.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
We need to
More than
create
I
the
die for any
scene.
of them men.
Create the
100%.
scene. Someone is got the thing to your pause. Someone's got a gun to your head, and they're saying, "Look, I'm gonna kill one of you, right? So it's either you or them."
I don't know.
And you're
in
saying,
the moment,
I'm not gonna say kill me.
Sure.
I'm sorry,
For
but I'm
all
not
of
gonna say kill him either.
for everyone.
real
I
For
don't know about
everyone.
that. I don't know about
Let's
that.
be honest now.
it's me, bro. I talk shit to the end. Even if I didn't love that man, I say, pull it. Shoot
No. Okay,
Shoot
let's
me.
just obviously.
I don't
Okay,
believe
but
I don't think you can define love like that,
I believe
no,
that.
okay, like, maybe not the gun. Maybe the gun is
Nah.
too serious. But seriously, like to say,
But you know what?
I'll
When
put my
you
life
say
on the
that,
line.
Like, would you jump in front of a bus?
I'll
to push
I'll
that
put my
man
life
out
on
the
the
way?
line for this.
No, I don't know. I
Come
don't know.
on.
I feel like that's a bit different though. Like I feel like when it comes to the extremes, you would want him to if he wouldn't do that for you.
But why
He
you
loves
You
you,
would want him
right?
to do that.
Why
loves
you
you.
said love and then die for that man?
Because
That's what I'm saying.
feel
I don't
that's
think it's the
I feel
same,
like that
I
is
don't know,
the forefront of
Unconditional love.
like you love that person like you die for your mum, right? You love her.
but do you know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't die
You
for
saw
my
that
mom.
look?
Stressing me out
No,
sometimes,
do you know
man.
why? No, and I'm not even saying it in a
Another
cynical
good
way.
one. No,
That's what I'm saying. She's a
saw her
big
face.
woman. Like she's lived life. Like I would hope she wouldn't want me to die for her. That's why I said the only
I'll be
person I'm dying
honest.
for is my sister because she's little.
Yeah, I
she's
ain't
younger
dying
than
for
me.
My mum would
What?
want me to die.
And my
I'd
child
live for
but
her.
my
Would
child
you?
be
No, I know
young.
she wouldn't want us to. She wouldn't want us to. She wouldn't want us
for my
to.
dog. I'll be real. Like, I love my dog. I would.
Emma.
But listen, ask my mum, right? You know my mum. Go and ask my mum after this. Message her on Instagram and ask her if she would die for her dog.
Emma.
I'm telling you, she would.
She died
That's
for
how I love. That's my family.
I love dogs, so do you know
That-
what?
listen,
I
that
probably
dog would
would
die for
because
me.
they're kind of like an extension of your family.
I feel like yeah.
The dog would die for me, Nick.
I feel like you can expect a dog to die for you than a human.
They would.
Dogs
Dogs
do.
are very
I feel like
loyal.
dogs love you more than you love them.
Dogs are very loyal.
But am I gonna die for a dog? Shit.
Me, a
If
person.
someone hurts my dog, it's.
Oh, yes,
Seen
oh.
John Wick in it.
Yeah, I love
yeah,
John
yeah,
Wick.
yeah.
It's
The whole
up.
of London's
It's
going
it's
up.
definitely
It's
up.
going on.
Someone's collecting your dog's fur in the park, doing it.
Yes.
Very strange.
I'm scared.
Collecting their fur.
They're collecting.
Yeah, so
collecting
He's
your
just trying to
dog's
build
fur.
it up and
I've
see
got
what
a
dog
big,
you have. He ain't trying to
fluffy,
ask you.
Huge chow chow, right? That really didn't. Right.
No, but
Huge chow chow.
pause.
Pause.
Oh my god, this is when the pause is not extended to us females, is it? I'm so tired. I'm
It's
so
the- it's for
tired.
the culture,
of
man.
Why
It's for the- yeah,
pause,
no,
like,
the white thing
please,
is too
leave us
far.
alone.
People have gone too far.
Leave
with the
us
white thing.
alone. Like,
We have, I do.
Why are you looking at me like that? I ain't got nothing to do with that.
When man then play PlayStation, that's all you heard. Why? Can't do that. Why?
Now, some
Pause,
people take
pause.
it too far, but then sometimes it's very valid. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I hear it.
Very, very valid.
no, but some things they say it for like stupid things, like like just because you said something's big, like why can't you say something's
Yeah.
big?
Man can't
why?
say
It's a
nothing's
big-
Why
What?
for that?
Oh, whatever.
Do you know they're not even saying fish no more? You can't. Now they're not
Entertaining
saying
the
fish.
foolishness.
Yo, can I get a? No, it's a swim round.
Oh no, that's ridiculous.
What in
No,
the what?
no,
What in the
no.
Jamaican
That's
math
no
is this?
way.
Jamaican
Them take
math
it too
is
far.
Ain't no
crazy.
damn
When
way.
did this happen?
I don't know
Jamaican
about
math
that.
is crazy.
Yeah, that's to be a
and
Jamaican thing.
ask for swim round. Ask for swim round.
They don't even
It's
ask for
fish.
bad juice no more. They're like, bad man that drink bug juice. Like, they're so
I heard that
silly.
one. I heard that one.
I just think it's ridiculous.
I don't know about
Yes.
that.
The
That's crazy.
homophobia in
It's-
Jamaica in 2024, like, please, like, if you want to see Backroad now, Backroad's full of pretty men that look better than me. Yeah.
We said we wasn't gonna have this topic while I was here, so let's not, please.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's go on
please.
topic. The dilemmas. Dilemmas.
Where's
Anyone
the
get a
dilemmas?
dilemma?
Where's the dilemmas? Because that's what we was
Dilemmas.
looking for. We are looking for a dilemma, so let me serenade you in the break. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Go get yourself a cup of water or a drink.
That's great. Keep that in there. Keep that in
Go
there.
get yourself a cup of water or a drink. Have a bit of a refreshment break, my love. And we will be back in less than 30 seconds.
Oh my gosh, moral dilemma. No, it's not
Moral
funny.
dilemmas that will break your brain, is it that?
You have worked in your family business. Everything was going great until 5 years ago. Now everything is upside down. Your father, who is the owner of all of his businesses, is a dickhead. His life insurance expires at midnight. If he gets unalive before midnight, you get all of his insurance money.
Hey.
I'm not gonna lie. I've got mad
Now
ADHD.
let's-
You have to read that again to me. 'cause
Right,
I've heard that they're bad
all right.
though.
So your dad, he's a prick, yeah. But
Granted. A real life. Go on.
anyway, yeah, your dad, he's a dickhead, and basically he's gonna die at midnight. But if you kill him before midnight, you get all his insurance money. That could be like £1 million. Would you kill him?
Yes,
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
No, you wouldn't.
I would. You can complain.
Do you
as well.
feel?
I 100% would.
I don't know about that. It's $1 million.
That's why they say money's the root of all
all
evil.
evil. It's £1 million
No,
worth.
I'm getting
That's
rid
it.
of the evil. You need to leave.
So then do you justify being evil with evil then? Because you're saying you're taking out evil person of this world, but murdering someone is being evil. So then what does that make you?
I don't know, because is murdering someone really that evil?
Hey.
That is subjective.
It's subjective, but if it's for the sole purpose of money,
Everyone has their own. Everyone has their own
No, you're just-
boundaries.
He's gonna
Do you
go
get it?
anyway. I might as well make say, yeah, help me out.
He's
My
literally
bad.
dying at midnight. If I kill him at 11:59,
hey, Kai, look, murder is murder, you know. At the end of the day, murder is murder. Let's say so. If you say he's gonna die anyway, you know, that's the words of the devil. You're just listening to the devil right now. That's how you're gonna
Exactly.
tempt him.
I
He's dying
agree with
anyway.
you.
Are you
This is
giving
the
away? Hold on.
mentality of these kids that like life don't mean anything.
No,
That's
but
why
hold
they're
on.
going out doing
I said,
foolishness with knives right now.
No, but
oh
here-
no!
No, but hear this though. Okay, so
You
you're
can't
giving
say
away,
no. Murder's murder.
You're giving away £1 million for the chance of going hell in the afterlife because that's a serious.
That
thing.
depends on if you believe in hell.
Right?
Oh, okay,
So
that's another question. Though.
So
That's
now we're
something
going
else.
into. Are you religious?
Oh,
Talk up the
Yeah,
thing.
my dad never done that for me, but one thing he did say is don't talk about politics or religion. That's the only thing I
Okay, let's leave that alone. But I
No,
don't
but I
think-
want to know.
don't
I
think
actually
would
want to know.
personally-
We don't have to go on that, but I just want to know: are you religious?
I believe in God.
You believe in God?
I believe in God.
Let's leave this one alone. Just gonna bring the whole.
I believe in God.
Name
I'm
me
on a
three.
journey.
What's the comments? What's the
What?
comments?
Me and they actually had this. I can talk about that.
Yeah.
Me and they actually had this conversation. I just got the real urge out of nowhere to start going to church and to buy a Bible and read the Bible. So
Wow.
they called me about the podcast and we was talking about it. And I was sitting there thinking, who of my friends can I go to church with?
Mm.
And I didn't think about it too deep though, I'll be honest, because I could have really found you. We had to talk about it, and they started mentioning about, you know, her going to church, and she had this beautiful church she used to go to, and she can't find it anymore. And
Maybe they'll find us on this podcast.
Maybe, hopefully.
and it was really beautiful because I was like, Nay, I want to go to church. I haven't been for so long since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're about to be
Touring, doing that tour de France,
Hmm.
church vibes.
But it's just something that, I don't know, I just felt it, like I want to get closer to God.
Mm.
You know, I've never actually read the Bible. Even though I went to a Catholic school, it was just the prayers that we did, and I never really focused in or zoned in on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did get a Bible. My mum handed me one. I started reading it, and the rest is history.
Oh no, that's
That's a
really
very good
nice,
story,
Em.
yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of, I think that's the beauty of religion. I feel like when you just said that, are you religious though, to the point to back up that you probably would murder someone for $1 million. I feel like if you believe in God, yeah, and I'm saying, I feel like if you believe in, that's what I'm saying. You can believe in God, but religion will keep you grounded in holding your morals. I feel like religion is like a textbook. It's like a rule book, a guide to keep you there.
Yeah,
we ain't joking. We ain't gonna murder no
one. I feel like no, but
if you're religious,
no,
you know what I'm saying. You wouldn't have said
but
that.
I feel like I rate what you're saying because I feel like you actually meant that. But there's a lot of people out there that say I'm religious, I believe in God.
I didn't do you no favors. Actually,
no. But I'm saying people be like, I'm religious, I believe in God. They'll have a scripture in their bio, they'll have a scripture tattooed in them, but in real life, they're doing evil things. In real life, they're bad mind. In real life, they have a dirty heart. So I just feel like, even like going to church, it doesn't make you like a better Christian. It doesn't make you holier than thou. It's about your personal relationship with God and your own spiritual journey. And that's why I feel like in life, intentions matter.
Yeah.
I feel like you could be someone that you might not be perfect, you might make mistakes, but God knows your heart, God knows your intentions. So if your intentions are pure, then I feel like you'll cut and go true. Do you know what I mean? But there's literally no amount of money that can make me change my morals. That I'm not gonna lie, I could be a millionaire. Like, bare people reached out to me like, oh, do you want to do OnlyFans? Like, you'll make big bag on that, but I'll never do that. Simply because it's just not me. It's just not who I am. And it's like, I'm not gonna, like, there's no amount of money that's gonna make me change my morals because I wouldn't be able to sleep at night peacefully. Do you understand?
100%. People do that fake stuff all the time. Right. I knew a guy that used to hit his woman, go out, cheat all the time, drink all the time. He had a Bible open on his desk that he'd look at every morning. He would go to church every Sunday. And I had to say to the girl that was dating him, like, you do realize it doesn't work like that. Like, you don't beat your woman and, you know, do all types of criminal stuff that he was doing. And then go to church and think that it's just going to get washed away. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm learning my journey with religion now, so I don't know what is wrong, what is right, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't work like that.
It's like a lot of people use religion or the church or a mosque like a reset button. Like, you just go there, do a few prayer, come out.
I promise you.
I've been a factory reset again. No, it don't work.
I promise you, someone was doing.
Yeah, that's what people.
Someone was doing Ramadan, and it's serious. Okay, it's a true story. God strike me down. Listen, when Ramadan was finished, when it was finished, 13th.
We had an Eid party at yours. When was that? Or was it, no, that was an early one. Like last week or something.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
So he called me. Let's say on the 12th. Asia, Ramadan's over tomorrow. Yeah. So listen, we could talk about that thing. Like, I said, what thing? What are you talking about? He wants to run something that maybe he shouldn't be running in it with whatever. I said, so hold on, you only want to talk about this with me on the 14th? He's like, yeah. Obviously because it's Ramadan. I said, oh my.
But that's when I asked the question. Yeah?
This is crazy.
Who's more? Okay, let's say heaven and hell, right? The guy who's religious, he reads the scriptures, he prays every day, but his life is a mess. He kills, he deals drugs, he's abusive. And the other person doesn't believe in religion, just has the faith in God. But they are a very good person, they give back. Who's more likely to like?
I feel like none of us are equipped to judge.
All right.
That part too.
He without sin cast the first stone.
Right.
I was just saying that today.
That part too.
That's what I was just saying. Like, that's why I say I don't know. Like, it's just about pure intentions for me. Even me, when I deal with people in life, there's some people in life that they might do me wrong, but I'm someone I won't hold a grudge because I said, you know what?
I'm learning.
Karma's coming for you. Like, I don't have to worry about that. Like, God's got me. I'm blessed regardless. But then there's some people in life that, like, I don't know, I might have friends that they might do dumb things that hurt me, but I know their intentions. They might not necessarily wanted to do that. And I find it easy to forgive them because I know your intentions. So that's why I think intentions are everything.
I feel like we're similar because I've let friends go. Most people that know me in real life, no, I'm alone now, and I'm happy that way because I have trust. The way I will go to bat for my friends, I expect it. But I don't even expect it back because sometimes I do too much, like to disloyal stuff. But I judge them off intentions. I had a friend, she intentionally and maliciously went out to destroy my character after being, as what we found out in her words. She could never be my friend ever again. Then I had another friend that didn't do anything malicious. She just didn't do something that I would do for her.
Mm.
And I'm learning not to judge people to have the same heart, act the way I am, because that's how she is.
Yeah.
And I've got that's what I love about her. I've got to love her for how she is. She's not gonna be like me. But her intentions were good. She's a peacemaker. She don't want trouble. And as long as you're judging people by intention, it's not to say you're a bad person now.
Yeah.
It's just I don't need you around me because I'm in the next chapter of my life. You're gonna have to go over there.
Yeah, I agree. You have to basically, I feel like in life it's important to have friends from different walks of life. So like, you might have a friend who is shy and meek and they're not confrontational. They're not going to agree with something, but they're not going to jump up and fight for you. You can't expect that. I'm not going to take my meek friend and expect her to jump in a fight. But if I see someone's troubling her and I know that she don't do nothing and up, you know who for fighting, I will step in for her, because it's like, okay, you want to trouble someone that can't defend themselves. But then, you know, you might even have a friend that's too raggle, and you know, if Lord, if you got with this friend, you're gonna get in an argument because
1,000.
1,000.
Like, come on, I know we was talking about religion, but I'm a Scorpio, babe. There's no grey area. It's black or it's white.
Yeah.
It's either I'm quiet and I don't say nothing.
No, it's good though. Everyone needs a person like that in the circle though. Brings balance.
Yeah, and I love you, Em.
No, you need a striker. No, I hear it. It's striker, yeah. You need someone that is there ready to score when it's time. I think it's
I
good.
feel like I get a bad rep about things like that because in my younger days, terrible. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a nice person per se. Yeah. But I feel like I just love hard. That's it. Like anyone that's around me, I have very few people around me. And like you were saying earlier, Nick, that I would die for those. The small circle that I've got, everyone in it, I would die for. And whatever they needed, I'm there, no matter what. I could not speak to you, Nate, for 2 years. You could call me and say, it's kicking off. I'm in. Bus lane. No bus lane.
I think it's all about balance, really. That's it. Like if you have a friendship, you need someone that is like you, like ready to go, and then you need someone that's gonna be rational. And every good friend group I've seen, they're not all similar.
That's what I'm saying.
They all bring someone else. You need a friend there that's gonna mediate the situation, or you need a friend that's gonna teach you how to walk off from certain situations. I've learned things from a friend, or I have friends who have changed being around me, or learned to step away from certain situations. Whereas without me, they probably would have been in jail. They know who they are, they see this. They'd be in jail, but it's like, you know, you need, it's all about balance. That's it, really.
Yeah.
I think the three of us are very different.
We are so different. Well. Yeah. But I feel like that's about appreciating who someone is and like different type of views and things like that. And having respect, because it's like, all three of us that will have differences of opinions on something, but it's just about voicing it and hearing what someone else is saying. I think that's like the key to life, is like having respect, because more time when things go left, it's because someone feels like they're being disrespected, and the human ego is a very fragile thing. So,
but what I loved about you two, I'll be honest, is when we met, we all didn't know each other and we got flung into something. We're not gonna that you two are beautiful, beautiful inside and out. And I struggle with that with women today. That I can walk into a room and you both know me, I'm not girly at all, nothing like that. I'm really tomboyish and looking at each other thinking, oh gosh, girls are gonna be, you know, like beautiful, and you two were nothing like that. But you know what? It was lovely and
if you ever saw Em behind the camera, she says she's a tomboy, but she looks
she's beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
Lashes,
but
done,
anyway,
hair
she always said that. She always said that. But I don't want to talk about it. It's not about it. Look.
Topic.
Okay.
But I know you guys know what I'm talking about. When you step into a room and being good-looking women, you're going to get certain women acting a certain way with you. And I feel like it gets very bitchy. And girls love to say, I'm a woman's woman, I support women.
Girls.
And they don't.
It's true.
Bitch, did you see her?
Me, I'm nice to straight away. Like, I'm not horrible, I'm not mean. The ball's in your court. You want to be nice with me? We'll be the best of friends. Don't?
Ooh, trembling in my boots.
I just trembling. I'll just show you girls I'm loud because you're so pretty and so lovely. I love you.
Oh, man,
No,
stop it.
but
That's
I
not-
love you, girl. I love you more. No, but it's true. Like when I met you guys, I was happy to have like be around like first of all like-minded women that have a love for acting or want to achieve something in their life, because I feel like we live in a society where, of course, I'm not judging anyone. You can do what you want, but a lot of women just want to find like a rich man and sit down, and that's no problem. But I just always feel like a part of you and your identity, you should have your own interests, things that you love, things that you're passionate about, because like that's why we're alive, to have a purpose, to live our dreams, to follow them. And like the whole thing, like it's always the girls that say, I'm a girl's girl, I'm a girl's girl. They aren't. Like they're bad vibes, or they'll pretend to be nice and then they'll bitch about you or try laugh behind your back or try run a joke to like a guy, or like just weird stuff, like really, really weird stuff. Yeah, and that's why I'm very careful and selective about who I have around me or who I even associate with. Even if even not just good friends, but even associates, I'm very selective about who I have around me and what energy I have around me, because that's so important. Like, that girl, I feel so bad, I can't remember her name. I think it's like Naomi, but she had acid thrown in her face by a quote unquote friend. The girl was called Mary. She followed her. She dressed up in a hijab, followed her.
I remember this.
Yeah, it was a few years ago. She dressed up in a hijab and followed her friend and her so-called friend and threw acid on her face because of jealousy. And then she turned up to the hospital, pretended to be surprised, acting like what had happened. And it just makes me think, like, some people, instead of you taking yourself away from that situation, if you're so jealous, like you're so jealous that you can't be around this person, you're gonna change her life. Now she's disfigured for life, and you know what? She's so blessed because she's still beautiful even with the disfigurement. But that just made me realize that, you know what? Some people out here are really unhinged. They're unhinged.
Stop throwing around the word friend. Not that gives any.
Yeah, no, I agree.
To her, that's absolutely disgusting. But I'll be having this conversation all the time, and I say everyone, especially with social media and influencers. I'm gonna quote influencers. Everyone is friend. That is not your friend.
For 2 seconds.
2 seconds, and then when that friend does you wrong, I can't believe it. What do you mean? That's not your
You don't even know their name.
It's true.
That's
Yeah.
so
the Instagram name. Well, you don't know them. That's my friend. You don't even know their name.
I had someone come to me and said, they literally was like, yeah, I know her. Said my Instagram name. My friend was like,
Exactly. Because you don't know.
That's my name.
You don't know.
But people need to chill out.
You know, like, because you liked a few of their posts and you commented love hearts, now you're friends.
That's my girl, man.
Like, some of them will bump into each other and not even recognize each other. That's how
We
bad
one
it is.
reel,
I've seen
and
that
you think because I laughed at the reel, we're friends.
Yeah.
No.
We talk all the time. What? What do you mean?
I know you get that.
Oh.
But that's how some people are, and it's odd, and it's a bit scary because it's like they may see you on social media and feel like they know you, but like you only share like a certain part like of your life. Like not everyone is gonna show every single aspect of social media. Even the so-called influencers, then they're only gonna show the highlights. They're not gonna show their downs or like their their dark days and stuff like that. You don't really know someone from social media, but because someone feels like they do know you, like they can become obsessed, you can get stalkers, you can just get weird bad mind people. So I feel like as much as social media is a good place because it can change people's lives for the better, you can become, a millionaire overnight. It's also a very dark and scary place and a playground for predators and like weirdos. And I'm a female, but it's just like I can't take any risks. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel right now.
I saw a post on TikTok of this girl called Chloe, and she's, to be honest, I don't know what kind of journey she's on, but it's a good one for her. And she mentioned something that I thought, at first when she mentioned it, I said, what's she talking about? But then I started to hear her reasoning for it. And I thought, okay, that makes sense. She basically said that women, stop giving out your social media to men. It's very personal.
Right, I saw that actually.
You've seen it,
yeah?
And she was like, it's very personal. You've got pictures on there, what you're doing on your day-to-day life, your highlights, your family members. You're better off giving the number. And I had to sit there and think, nah, she's chatting shit. And then when I thought about it and how much I post my son, where I am, my mum, my dude, it makes sense
That
what
is
she's
so
saying.
true. Why are people so quick? Oh, I can't give you my number. I'll give you my Instagram. There's no pictures on your number. Like,
Yeah, like you can
That's
just
so
block
true,
it
though.
and
Yeah.
that is
change
true.
the number.
With social media, that is
I
true.
don't know. I feel like with your number though, you can definitely find a lot more personal information in someone's number. And I feel like with Instagram, like with my Instagram especially, if I do post something, I never post like live, like when I'm there. I never ever do that because I know that there's crazy people out there, and I am careful about what I post because I even saw on Instagram. No, it was on TikTok. There was this girl showing that. No, it was a guy showing this girl. She was posting like a hotel, but it wasn't the name in there or nothing. Just like one chair, and he basically found out from all her social media posts like where she was staying and like the length
Oh,
of
because
time.
the patterns that
Yeah.
was. Yep.
And I was like,
I pulled up.
FBI.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I already know from time, like you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Like I think instead of saying don't share your social media, it should be a more be careful about what you post on
Then why
social
should
media. Because it's social media, it's on the internet, it's for all to
That's
see.
true.
Like, do you know what I mean?
It's true depending on how you've got your setup, innit? Like, if you've got your setup for business purposes, yeah, of course, be careful. Like,
Yeah.
there could be a business deal gone wrong, and then all of a sudden, you're trying to eat at Nando's, and there's that Saka's new sauce flying everywhere. We're not on that. But it's... I don't know, I still feel like you shouldn't be restricted to what you post. Like, just give your number out. You can block that person when you feel like it.
I'm also do
Now
that.
you know what my mum looks like, and do you get what I mean? It's just a bit more personal, but obviously
Yeah.
it's to their own.
But I feel like even if you have like a private account and stuff, you know everything you post on the internet is stored on the internet forever anyway. So I just feel like regardless, you should be careful what you're posting because it's never gonna go
I definitely
away.
agree with that.
You can even get hacked as well. It's not even necessarily like you shared your social media or something. Like you could be on private, you can block them. Like anything can happen on social media. Like you can get hacked one day. Any messages you share, anything private, whatever, it can all get exposed. So I just say,
Right, let's not speak
regardless.
that into existence.
No, I know,
Now
like
get screwed.
we rebuke that, but I'm just saying to be aware, regardless, that knowing that anything you post, any picture you post, even on Snapchat, it's a disappearing
He's over
picture, it's
there
a
strongly
24-hour
disagreeing.
picture.
No,
But it's like
no.
even on Instagram, you can or whatever a disappearing picture is still stored on the internet. It's disappeared from your eyes, but it's still there.
It's
So just be
It's because he's tech.
mindful.
He does tech, so he's there like,
Oh, you see that?
actually,
Back me up. What? He does tech. What? You understand?
I would say this though. With a number, you can do a lot. You need to
what I'm
remember with a
saying.
number, if you go on Instagram, you literally have the contacts. You can find someone through contacts. With a number, because I work in a tech company in the Netherlands, right? And with a number, as long as the provider that I work for, if I have that number, I can find your address.
I guarantee you with my
Everybody under that. Oh, of course they can. If you want to upgrade, if you have a phone contract anywhere, they have.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't. I only.
Yeah, maybe if that's the case, but let's be real though, 70% of people.
Exactly. Of
If you have a
course.
phone contract, you give them your address, you give them your ID. Like I take pictures of people's IDs and then I have to check them after where they live. Everyone that lives in that address.
But
But
I'm
with
not
social
on
media,
like the electoral role for those reasons, and no one
and if
can.
you go on social media though, you might not give your number to somebody you bumped into to the road, but this person might find you on the explore page. What's the difference?
Yeah, why does that happen? That's so weird. Like you meet someone and then all of a sudden they're on your explore page.
It does be. It scares me.
That is
Even like things,
weird.
I'll be talking to my brother, not even search something, and we was talking about getting a tiki hut put in my nan's new garden. Yeah. Just annoying her because she's like, "No, yeah, my garden is a pond." But anyway. And what popped up on Amazon? There was a tiki little hut thing for a bar, and I looked at my brother. I was like,
no one typed it in. It was
no
just.
one, I swear, it was on my phone. No one typed
That
it in.
happens to me. I hate it.
And then I spoke about what's that coffee liqueur that they use for espresso martinis? It begins with K. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a liqueur coffee thing. And my brother was talking about he likes it. It came up on my thing. I've never searched that in my life.
Oh, we're gonna talk about conspiracies.
No, it's true though. It happens all the time. Though.
You wanna go there? Nah. That's so true. That's so true though.
No, it happens.
You have a mic in your phone. When's the last time you read the terms and conditions?
Never.
So I mean, this is a tech guy. So our conspiracies are right there listening to us. I know that anyway.
See, I don't know. See,
How do I turn it off?
I don't go that
There must
far.
be a way to turn it off.
I don't go that far, but I would say though, like a lot of the things you do, I think it definitely has an impact. It definitely has an impact. Like everyone has personalized ads. I would never see ads of Pretty Little Thing on my thing. You would probably never see ads of certain things, PlayStation. But when you go through your ads, it's about what you search up. It's probably also about what you talk about. Yeah, definitely.
Is
so
that what that means? I'm trying to act smart. In front of the text.
I just realised. I just said it. I was like, oh.
nah, but definitely though. Definitely.
I'm trying to text out. I'm good in other areas.
Like when you accept cookies on a website, you literally tell the website.
Oh yeah, you automatically
like,
right. Accept all. Accept all.
Yeah.
I
accept
mainly
all.
reject.
Told me for accepting them one time on night. She was like, "Why did you do that?" I was like, "Sorry, man."
Yeah, because no one's reading through all that to say we can now have access to XYZ, XYZ, XYZ.
Yeah.
You're done.
I press reject as much times as I can, but sometimes I get caught up and I'm just like, oh, I need to hurry up and get on this site, and I do it, press accept. But I do press reject as much times as I can. But I know they probably have access
I
anyway.
press reject unless it says edit the cookies, and then it takes you to the next page where you've got to go through the whole thing.
I was on an app the other day. I don't know if I just can say the app name. I was on an app the other day. I was on Bigo, right? So anyway, gone on Bigo. And then someone in the chat was like, you might want to turn your location off because I know where you live. I said,
You're lying.
get the heck out of here. You know, you just think it's a comment. And he's like, nah, I could see like where you are. And I was like, whatever, you know? And then I said, if you could see me, you know, obviously in the comments, like show me, screenshot where I am. So he screenshot like the first one to say the area. And he was like, I can go a bit more like into detail if you want, like where you actually are. And I was like, what? And then obviously one of the things when you start the app is, do you want to turn your location off? But it is literally within so much information that you're just going to accept whatever. So then obviously I've now looked and said, yeah, the location's on, like movements on, everything's on. And I just didn't realize. And yeah, the Bigo.
I've heard about it. It's like you can go live and
but they pay you. They
Yeah.
pay you to do a certain amount of hours, and it's just like, okay.
You see how they're fooling people? So you want me to go live, go viral, say the wrong thing, but then you know where my house is.
They like, you're there. I should be like,
do we broke that down? Oh my god.
I was there like, no.
When you broke it down like that, I was like, raw, like.
That's
scary.
crazy, and without even knowing,
But
you could have said something outlandish.
I was on there for hours, and I was like, so, you know, when you could end it, you could see how many people were there and that just saw, and I was just like, wow, so over 4,000 people potentially know where. And I was just like, at the end, I was like, no, guys, obviously, I don't actually live here. Trying to, whatever. But yeah,
That is insane.
yeah.
You obviously turned it off now.
The app's gone as well, so.
Oh, the app's gone.
The whole app.
Yeah, they only pay for 3 months, so you gotta go now.
Oh, okay.
Payment, bye.
You can't be fooling people like that.
No, that is insane.
It's worse because of social media and everyone's on TikTok again. We're so used to processing information so quick. You see a 10-second video, you go. 10-second video, you go.
Yeah.
So now you're hit with a bunch of information. You're gonna skip it.
It's true.
You don't even know you're
Right. I want to get into a dilemma, guys.
Ready?
Who wants to do a dilemma first? Me? Okay. So, your partner has gained a lot of weight over the years and you are no longer physically attracted to them. What do you do?
I can't
It's
say
not
nothing.
nice. As a fluffy girl, I have to say it's not nice. Like, it's really not nice.
All right. First of all, Nay is very in proportion, so it's a little bit different. A little bit
It's
different.
not different.
A little bit. You're so in proportion. We're not even talking about.
Because this is actually real life stuff. Like, people actually go through this every day. Like, relationship weight is real and people put on a lot of weight. In my relationship, the amount of weight I put on is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's not right. It's actually abnormal.
Happy weight.
Is it happy weight though? Is it? Because it's just like, happy should be healthy. So why are you getting fat? Like, why am I so fat? Do you know what I mean?
That's why I think it's happy because you're comfortable. Just like, oh my gosh, like all your thinking kind of goes out the window. Oh, maybe I shouldn't eat that, shouldn't eat this. You just want to go out, enjoy with your partner. You're going to restaurants, you're drinking cocktails.
But look at this dilemma. Now your partner is no longer physically attracted to
you. As well
you.
in relationships, like looks fade away. Like, I think at a certain stage in your relationship, I don't know what stage you're talking about here. Like, if you're in a certain stage in your relationship, well, like, can help them get healthier, but it's like, does physical attraction really matter that much at that stage? It depends.
I'm glad you said that because I was on that part.
You know, I don't know. It depends. What stage are we talking about? Like, I hope my parents don't care about no physical attraction right now. Like, guys, you got kids to take care of. Like, leave all that nonsense aside. Like, you got great eyebrows now. Why are you worried about looks like that now? Like, it's real. I feel like it depends on what stage of the relationship you're in. If it's early stages, I can see why that could deter you. But
let's say 10 years in.
Yeah, but
Now
I
they
don't
put
know.
on-
I feel like men are very physical creatures. So if you don't find your wife attractive, aren't you gonna look elsewhere? I don't get it. Not saying that it's right, but I'm just asking: is that not what's gonna happen?
That's true. Men are very, very.
Men are logical.
Men are very physical.
They expect to be with the same woman that they met 10 years ago.
Men would want that to be the same woman they met 10 years or 10
They still
minutes.
want you to-
Because,
that's a
sorry,
good point.
because, sorry, 10 years, 10 minutes. Because,
That's a good point.
But as in like, but I don't know. From a woman's point of view, like if I was with like my man for 10 years and he got really fat and he wasn't like that when I met him, first of all, I'd be worried about his health more than his
Yes.
looks. As in, I would want him to be
Yes.
healthy because obviously the older you get, you know, there's a lot more stuff that you can get. But in terms of like his looks, if I was no longer physically attracted to him, I agree with the fact that when you love someone deeply, like looks aren't even a factor anymore. I feel like you get to the point in your relationship where it's like you don't even see the person. You see them, but you don't see them, if that makes sense. It's like you see their inner beauty. Like that's what you notice. Like even when they've got a full face of makeup or like they're dressed to the nines, you know like what like their true self looks like. That's what you always see, if that makes sense.
That's the only way.
Anyone that knows me knows that if they look at my exes, I go for personality. But
I was just
I go for
about to
personality.
say,
some of them, though, some of them
I was
nice.
about to say, like, we've all, have we not all dated someone that, nay.
God.
Have you not all dated, haven't we all dated someone that maybe wasn't our type? That wasn't our type, but,
Yeah.
you know,
That
they
was
maybe
alright.
was, that was,
That's less likely for guys, though.
Less likely for guys.
Yeah, that's likely. I don't know any of my guy friends who've been with a girl and her personality was good, but she was a 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, never. But I hate that a lot with you guys, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
Girls, we
It's
just
so
do
true.
it. Girls, we just
That's
do
why
it.
I said, he basically said his guy friends, he's never heard that they basically chose personality over looks, but he always hears it with females, which is true. Because that's something that is so important to me, personality over looks. Yeah, go on.
You're a liar. It's a bit much. Strong. My I'll be so real with you. My son's dad, he actually told me, he used to say I get too much attention. He don't like it. He's like, I don't like it. He's a very humble guy. He's a good guy. He wants one woman and just very traditional, let's put it like that, compared to the average man. And the girl that he dated after me, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of looked at him like, what are you doing with that? He's not ugly, man. And he literally said to me, I would rather go for a girl that's a 5. Because I know she's not going anywhere.
I'm so sorry. That is disgraceful. And that
That's
sounds like
crazy.
an abuser. Because it's like you go after an easy picking. Like,
No,
no, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying that's like the mentality then of an abuser. It's like you're going to go after someone that you think's vulnerable. They're 5, so they're not going to like go anywhere.
That's not, I wouldn't say that's abuser. I would say that's insecurity.
Yeah, then. Yeah, that is definitely a more
insecure.
appropriate word.
'Cause
Yeah.
then he feels like he's the,
He's the prize.
yeah, do you get what I mean?
I
And
don't know, that's kind of weird, though.
That is so
I
weird.
feel like
I'm
that's
so
weird to
sorry.
me because I feel like as a look, men and women bring different things to the relationship. You shouldn't be competing with a woman's looks as a guy. Like, why do you care? Women are meant to be more beautiful than men. That's how it's meant to be. My girl is meant to look better than me. Looks, you got that. As a guy, you provide in different ways, right? Like you hold her secure not by your looks, but what you provide as a guy. Like, I don't think I'm gonna make my girl look like a 5. I'm gonna look better than her. I don't.
he didn't say he would only
I don't know,
date
that's-
5. Don't get me wrong now. He was just like, he would rather go for a girl that's humble. Not saying that I'm
so
Oh, okay.
personality, he's
but
actually picking
he
personality
likes
over
the
looks.
personality vibe. Do you get what I mean? Like he wants someone that he can sit down and chill with versus someone that looks good.
So,
You
but
don't even-
that's saying what someone that looks good you can't sit down and chill with. Of course you can.
You can, but I hear it because I would more likely go for the guy that looks, not because obviously physical attraction's the first thing, but I would think, why are you looking at me?
Because I know where you're going with this.
I will date someone. My type is rough and ready. I'll be real. Like I want to.
Yes, you do.
But I'm attracted to someone's
Personality.
No, that wasn't even that persona.
Oh, okay.
Like that's what excites me. When my man walks in the room, does he demand attention without even having to say anything? Is he respected without having to do anything?
Yes.
Those are the kind of things that I'm attracted to.
Yes.
You don't even have to be a 10-10.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That supports what he was saying earlier, though. Like, us as women, we go for persona, we go for personality, we go off the vibes, the feeling. Men are very visual creatures. They want a good-looking girl. And if you don't want a good-looking girl, like what my man said, he wants a 5, so that, you know, she's not going anywhere. The only reason he's not going to want a good-looking girl is because he's insecure. Like, he feels like for whatever reason, he can't manage her. So he's going to go for someone that he thinks that he can manage. Or do you know what I mean? Or it's not going to be too much, like, stress for him. But I feel like, men, I feel like it's, like psychologically built into them. I feel like they actually can't help themselves. It's so sad. But I feel like they can't help themselves.
No, it's biology. It's true. It's just biology. I think he sold it to you very well.
What?
Like, I think the way you've said that he just does it because he's going to look better. I think it's hard to get a good looking girl.
No, it's not that. I promise you it's not that. I've known this man my whole life and he's not a nasty person like that. He's not someone that is, you know, I gotta be the best looking guy. He's very humble. My man ain't even got a skincare routine. That's just how he is. He's very humble, he's chilled, he's relaxed. He's not part of this whole social media generation. He doesn't care about it. He doesn't care for, you know, any influence. He doesn't care for a girl that wants the best clothes and he just wants someone to build with. He's a very homely man. Like, we didn't, you know, stay together just because I'm the opposite. I'm very ambitious. I want more for my life. I don't mind working a 9 to 5. My woman being home cooking dinner and just that. I would do that, but I need to have my own as well. And he kind of more traditional.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, I think...
Did any of us even answer the question about the dilemma?
Oh,
yes.
Wait, what was the dilemma again?
Oh, yes.
Would we stay with our partner?
Yeah, so it's just, it's like...
part of it, though.
Yeah, so it's
looks,
just like, so it was just like, what would you do? Me, personally, I would, like, care about my partner's health.
Yeah.
Make healthier meals for him that are tasty still, so it's not too much suffering. Go on walks, like, together. Go gym, maybe do fun stuff like play badminton or like rounders with the family or something that's fun, but that's active and to help him lose weight for his health. And then if it's to the point where it's the weight's now affecting like him or his personality or his confidence, then we can go a step further. Like we can work out together with a gym personal trainer or like whatever we need to do to fix it, then I'm happy to do it. But that's like my stance. I'm not going to be one of those people that can be like, oh, he's fat, he wasn't like this when I met him, I'm leaving him. That's not my vibe. Because I just feel like if you're that deep in with someone and you genuinely care for them, then you've got to be, it's more than looks, it's got to be more than superficialness. Like you've got to genuinely love that person, so why are you going to leave them because of that? Yeah.
I feel the same.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So we can go to the next dilemma.
That's the next dilemma.
Emma?
Me? Oh.
Yeah. What's your dilemma, girl?
Mad, because mine's a true story.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, let's be serious.
I've said it a few times because I know what y'all do.
Okay.
So, this happened to actually one of my aunt's friends, Liva. And my auntie was going to a sexual health clinic, just going to get a regular test, whatever. And her friend also came. And sometimes, you know, you don't want to sit in the waiting room, right? So she said her friend's gone in there, gone and got a sexual health test, and they've come back out. They've got called in now. I don't know how long after it was, but they've got called in and they said, you know, bring some support with you. She got a phone call. She didn't get a text message like you'd normally get, like, oh, you're clear or whatever. So she's come back in and they've brought her friend into the room and they've said, you know, we found something and it's not normal. And, you know, take a breather. He said, what we found, and I can't say the name because I don't actually remember what the name is
you can only get from a dead body.
Why did I know you was gonna say that? Because I've heard of that before.
Now keep listening, because her partner
Works in a morgue. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Hey,
That's real life that happened. I might have told you before, but that's real life that happened to my auntie's friend. It's not even a joke. I'm being totally serious.
I don't know if I'm equipped to solve this dilemma.
It's a real life thing, like.
Wow.
And it always stays in my head, because when she told me, I was still quite young when she told me. I think I was about 12, 13, and it stayed with me for my whole life, because really, what would you do?
That might have to be added to the list of icks if they work in a morgue.
What the hell?
Yeah, I have to skip that one.
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't mean to shock all you.
So where? Yo, well, like, because where did we go from there?
Exactly, like.
So the dilemma is, how do we kill them, or what's the dilemma?
What would your first steps be? Like, you've just found out that you have got a disease
From a corpse,
disease, and it's from a corpse.
I'm calling the police.
No, I've heard of it before.
I'm gonna call the police.
I've seen. I can't remember if it's in a show. I saw it in NCIS or something like that. I saw it, so I know
it's a crime.
Thingy, but I can't remember the name. Yeah, but it's abusing a corpse.
It's a crime.
It's called abusing a corpse.
It's a crime. I'm calling the police.
No, mine was a show though. It wasn't real life. It was a show. It was on a show. But I've heard it a few times on different shows and stuff. I don't know. This is a bit scary. Like,
that's it.
What can you do except leave, get treatment, and get counselling?
We're not taking steps. We're taking jumps. We're jumping.
Leaps
Yeah.
and bounds.
I'm leaping out. No, there's nothing to do there. There's nothing to do.
Can you even? Okay, was it even something that she could get rid of?
See, I don't even know. I'll be so real with you.
I think
I was told
it
the story
is.
so young.
I think you can. I think it is something that you can.
have to go
I think it's like parasites you get basically, or something like that.
Wow.
But yeah, it's only from, having
I
intercourse
think if it
with
was permanent,
dead
we would have known
corpse.
about that. I think it would have been something.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
think
Your
it's
first
something.
steps, call the police.
100%. I would hope that the nurses and doctors in there would have been like, oh yeah, we've got them outside, perfect. Because what do you mean you've given me something from a corpse? That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Because what corpse have you done this to? What? No.
This is why I find humans so scary. Like, so this was just a normal person. He was calm, but then you find out that they have something like that on them. Like, that's how you can never really. It's hard to judge people.
There's
Not
devils
judge, but to
walking
know
among
people,
us. I always say that there's devils walking among us that his people, like, you will never know. Like, you
Never.
can't
It's a
say
disease in
someone's
itself.
normal. Yeah, you
Yeah, you're not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not
And
okay.
to actually want to have sex with a dead body, there's something ain't right there.
Yeah,
Of
what
course
in the
not.
Jeffrey Dahmer
Like
is that?
what? Like that's not even Jeffrey Dahmer. Actually, did he abuse
Nah, he
his
wasn't
corpses?
even-
What? No,
nah,
he
he
ate
wasn't
them.
even- Nah,
He
he just
ate
took
their
pictures,
body
he-
parts.
yeah,
He
took
ate
pictures and
them,
ate
yeah,
them.
he did-
Like,
yeah,
but
he wasn't
actually-
sexually attracted to them.
Actually, I'll be real. If that was me, be beside in the same wall.
Like,
He's
what?
working, I'll tell you that.
That is honestly
Because your
like.
image of that person completely changes at that point.
But what if you have kids with them?
Oh, that's good.
That's
a good point. Then
like what? Because you can't, as much as that's disgusting and it's
you never see
absolutely
my kids
vile.
again, I don't care.
Yeah, because then what do you do? Like, how do
I
I
don't
know you
know.
haven't done anything to my child?
Yeah.
Because you've literally violated a dead person. So how do I know? So you can't see my child no
Cannot
more.
be trusted.
You can't. That's done.
You're taking custody. I think
Everything's
that's
done.
a good case. If you want full custody of the kids, I think that's a
Yeah,
good case.
everything's done.
And then
I think
would you?
I think
they
the judge
would
would
get-
understand.
they would get that.
No, but abusing a corpse is actually a crime.
It
So you
is.
can get done for it. But I'm saying now, when your child now grows up, are you and you tell them like are you telling them? Are you
Yeah,
gonna?
yeah,
tell
Yeah,
them?
and it was for
Are
your
you-
safety.
away.
It was for your safety. I can't take that risk. I leave. I go to work.
But
I
what
don't know
about are you
they're
gonna
doing
tell
to
them
you.
when they're a child then?
Like,
Are you gonna tell them when they're a child? Or are you gonna wait till they grow up?
Wait
Because
till they grow up. Why wait till they get
but
older?
I feel like that's
Yeah.
the danger because when children are young, they think, oh, I hate my mum. She just wants to ruin my life. If you don't explain them, they might do something silly. They might run away to their dad, or they might run away
Well,
with
if
their
you're
friends.
in
Or
prison.
They're not gonna understand though.
that's what I'm saying.
I think you
But
can
it's like-
communicate
To
to them. You
understand.
can communicate to them that they can't be around their dad as much as they are around you.
It's just not
I
safe.
think, I think it's not safe, but without having to, there's many ways to go about it without telling them, that has done something very bad and you're not allowed to
Yeah.
be around them. That just has a lot of things he needs to sort out right now.
Yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
going
Well,
through
as a
something
parent, you
mentally,
gotta keep it
but telling them that is crazy.
as real as possible.
I
In
agree. Yeah.
Like, if that was me, I would say, listen, your dad's done something bad.
Mm.
It's not gonna affect you. It's not gonna
But we just need to, we'll have the discussion when you're
I
around.
think, would that not be a case that if they did have kids anyway, wouldn't social services be involved? Because the environment is potentially unsafe. So technically, I think that will already be maybe in the pipeline that he can't. Yeah, it's safeguarding.
Yeah, no, probably that makes sense. But I do agree with you about being direct with children, because I feel like children don't get enough credit. Because like one thing, like my dad passed away when I was really young. Yeah, when I was like about 2.5. But I've always grown up knowing how he died, and he died in a really horrific way. But my mum told me like while I was young, so it wasn't like when I got older it was like some big reveal. I feel like that would have been way more traumatic. I feel like we don't give children enough credit. Like obviously you've got to explain things in a bit, like, you know, change it up a bit to make it make sense to them, but definitely I feel like you should keep them informed of things going on in life. I think that's really important to have that communication.
I mean,
with
I've
children.
got a question, like,
Yeah.
because obviously me being younger, I'm not thinking about kids right now. But I'm just thinking, like, if I was to communicate something like that, you know, death is promised, you know. That's something that you could, but I feel like something as extreme as that, a child doesn't need to understand that yet, you know, the corpse thing.
Oh no, I wouldn't. No, yeah, no, I wouldn't be like, oh, your dad. Yeah, no, just in general. I wouldn't be like your dad abused. No,
yeah,
I wouldn't say
how
that.
would break that down? Like,
No, but I would say like your dad. Yeah, your dad committed a crime. Like he done something bad, and yeah, it's not safe for you to be around.
That's
Like
the best
yeah,
Perfect way.
You do have to give kids credit though.
Yeah.
I may be wrong, but I kind of raised my son in the sense of adults can be wrong too.
Yeah, I agree.
And, like, it's very much, my son's very smart. He's very intelligent, and he's a good kid, very good boy. He's not someone that's problematic. He hardly, for a 14-year-old, he hardly gives me any trouble. He has his stroppy moments, but I trust him to make good decisions and to carry himself in a certain way. So if he's at school and, you know, something goes wrong, it doesn't necessarily mean the teacher's right. I say, you deal with it. That's still an adult. You come home, you talk to me. Tell me what happened, and then we go from there. It doesn't always mean, because some of his teachers really have abused their authority. I had one teacher that a kid destroyed a rubber, or wrote something on a rubber, right? And it wasn't the rubber that was given out to my son and who he was in a pair with. But he handed the rubber back to the teacher, and it was destroyed. She said to my son and the person he was in a pair with, if you don't admit or tell me who's done this, both of you will have a detention. So I'm like, I'm like, son, I'm outside. Come outside. This is my time now. She should have given you a detention during the day. He's come and he said, Mum, I didn't do it. Like, I didn't have to hand it in, but I didn't want her to walk all the way back and then come back. This woman's going to call me and say, you know, I said, did you see my son do it? She said, no. I said, did anyone say they saw him do it? He said, no. I said, so why is he being punished for it? Because now it's gone on to, because he didn't go to that detention, this is an exclusion.
Yeah.
And I said, you're punishing my son for something he never done. And she went, well, you know, your son is also responsible for his peers' behaviour.
No, absolutely
Excuse
not.
me?
That's absolutely rubbish.
me?
No,
That's
no.
rubbish.
I thought I was going crazy.
No, it's
But
rubbish.
that's out of order.
She's rubbish.
Let's not
Yeah.
forget that a 14-year-old is responsible for his behaviour.
And his
Exactly.
only. So
And she then went on to say, these are my erasers and my rubbers that I brought in from school. And I said, I don't want to hear it.
that sounds like a you
Right.
problem.
See,
That's your problem.
When she said that, it's gone past rules, is now a personal thing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's gone past policies now. And that's
Then
not
use the
good.
school stationery.
Into school and it goes missing.
Yeah.
Am I blaming the school or am I blaming
Exactly.
the
Right,
Exactly.
right.
Let's not do all
Yes.
that. So in a situation like that now, it was a big thing. We had the educational welfare officer come out because I said my son's not doing I don't care if it's 20 minutes, exclusion, he's not doing it.
Yeah.
And that is a prime example. Don't abuse your power. He didn't do anything wrong. And now it's turned for a day's exclusion.
Yeah.
No.
That's out of order.
That teacher was wrong. And
Very.
she needed to be told, you know.
Yeah, and I'm proud of you for that, because I feel like a lot of mums, they don't show up for their kids. Like, they'll just listen to what the teacher says. They'll be like, oh yeah, your child done this, and they won't question it. And I feel like that's what, when the teacher sees that, they take the mick and they abuse it more. And that's why it's so important to show up for your kids, even for little things. I'm going to be like, wait, what? I'm going to question everything. And just have that open communication with your child and be honest, like, to your child, like, tell me if you did it, I'll do that. So then you can know in your heart of hearts, when you're going hard for them, you know they're telling the truth.
One time he lied to me though, and he got punished at home for that, because I said, listen, mummy will always help you out. You tell me the truth, and if he's wrong, I'll tell him. I'm not this, oh, my son's an angel. If he's wrong, he's wrong. I feel like my mum did that a lot with me, because I was a troubled kid. She always heard me out, and I felt like that helped out a lot, so I'll always hear my son out.
Yeah. Oh, love that. Okay, Nick, your dilemma, please. Dun, 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 dun. Drum roll.
I thought I gave mine.
What was your dilemma?
With the guy,
She did this one, though,
What was it?
with the guy with the dad, and before 12, if you would.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She gave 2 because about the love thing as well.
Oh yeah, what love thing?
Yeah, that
You're
the
wrong, girl.
if you how many people do you think you've loved in life?
Yes.
Make sure you keep that in.
But it's quite long.
It's long. All right, as long as it's worth discussing, let's get into it.
I'm gonna read it out.
We got half an hour, so we can chop up, like, speak about this for like 15 minutes, and then we can get into this or that, baby, and then we.
Oh, we actually do it. I'm excited.
Yeah, we're gonna do it live because I did not prepare.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm excited for that bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're at your best friend's wedding just an hour before the ceremony is to start. Earlier that day, you came across definitive proof that your best friend's spouse-to-be is having an affair with the best man or maid of honor, obviously. And you catch them sneaking out of a room together looking, their thing. If you tell your friend about the affair, the day will be ruined, but you don't want them to marry a chief jar. What do you do?
Oh my God, an hour before.
Snitching.
I'm so snitching.
I'm snitching. Are you crazy?
An hour before.
I've always said that if I don't know, like, a lot of this is always a big argument, because if you ever see someone else outside, like, doing whatever, would you not tell your friend?
Of course.
But there's so many people that I know that were like, nah, it's not my business. And I'm like, so you're happy with your friend wasting her time or his time? You're happy with that? So I'm gonna tell. It doesn't matter how close we are to the wedding. Hey, I think you need to check that.
I'm gonna tell, and I don't care. I know some people
check it.
Some people, like some women, they'll be in denial, or they won't believe you, or they might hate you. But I could not go on. I could not live on my conscience knowing that I saw that.
Yes.
I cannot go to sleep at night and pray to God and say I saw something. And I didn't tell my friend an hour before the wedding. That means you're so far gone, you can't even help yourself. An hour before, that's supposed to be one of the happiest days of your life. And you're born, get it on man born.
Do you know, there's no going back.
crazy.
It's serious. You're getting married. And when you get married, is it not supposed to be like a commitment before everyone and God? Yeah, so now you want... No. They done something.
It's not.
It's serious.
You know me, I will say that I have to snitch because I'm a ride or die for my girls. All right? Like I said, whoever I love that's in my circle, crazy. I might even mash him up.
Now
it's when I saw it and the girl.
Yeah.
And then I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It depends on what friend. Because I have got a few friends that they know their man cheats. And I've gone back and forth with them. I saw them with this girl. I saw them with that girl. Now that boyfriend, that means she's still there. So it gets to a point now, I had someone say, oh, such and such was with this girl. And I'm like, oh, really?
Oh, no, you got to let it go. Yeah, but in this dynamic, it's actually your best friend. Like, it's your best friend.
I'll let you know, if it was one of you, I'll mash both of them up and I'm coming down the aisle. Get rid of it!
Holding the vows, like, get rid, you're 100%.
I'll get dragged out by the police.
You're not going to say anything.
I will, but I don't know, man. I feel like I'll go by it.
That doesn't sound
A
convincing.
certain way.
I will.
If your boy's missing,
What?
No. This is how I do it. Listen. I'll tell the girl, listen here, I see what you did now. I'm going to give you the chance to go admit what you did, or I'm going to be the one to say it. That's probably how I do it.
I don't like,
I feel
like you.
That's too much time.
Yeah,
That's
that's
too
too
much
much.
time.
She's
I
gonna
don't know,
spin it.
man.
hour.
Yeah, she's gonna spin it. She's gonna be like, "Hey, try
No,
your
I'll
own
be
with
there.
me."
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Because I don't
there
know.
you can. I go for a whole movie.
It's true.
No, but it's true.
I don't know,
I
though.
can't stand people like that because
Because you can, but it depends who. I know my close friends, obviously my close friends, I can't tell them. Like my
But
close
then you wouldn't be
friends.
the
But I
best
feel like in
man.
general though, a lot of people you will tell them that, and then after they wouldn't even hear you. They'll probably take like some people love their women more than they love
If
their
you
friends.
come and told me that, the whole thing's done.
One
I don't care how much.
Because it's easier to say, but I've seen people like someone says something like that, and then they go against their friend because they believe them.
No, I agree. That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
and then what?
Love,
What
no,
about that?
love is blind.
It's
That's
blind.
why that's a saying that love is blind. Like I've seen plenty of times where like cheating gets exposed, and instead of you being upset at your partner, you want to fight the person that he was cheating with. But it's just like, but you was in a
I
relationship with
never
your
understood
partner.
that.
Next minute they're telling you you're
Never
jealous.
understand that.
I'm not gonna lie. I went for a really toxic relationship, and I regret it. I regret every piece of it. And it wasn't so much that I was going out for the girls next because I know that they didn't know about me. But I would like talk to them, find out, you know, that dumb shit when you're young, like, oh, what happened? Like, all of that. And then the girl would kind of give me attitude. Now we're fighting and now we've got a problem. And I regret it so much that that's happened. But I was through a toxic stage, and that's why I don't like to judge too many people unless I've been in that situation. Before that, I was a girl that is, I'm not crying over no man. I'm not messaging no girls over man. And lo and behold, God has a funny way of humbling you because I was that person. So,
Well, we're glad that you passed
You must have
that
really loved
we
them.
must
stage
that.
of life.
You
Like,
must have really loved them, that person.
Did I?
That I mean, if they got that kind of reaction out of you.
Wait, you look at us.
I'm just
Ice
saying.
cream. I'm not much of an ice cream. I don't know what it was. I was just let my side down, my guard down. Never again though, because after that I said,
because now you're,
back up.
yeah, but then when you say like you'll never let your guard down, like you need to be vulnerable, like in relationships. No, as in like in a genuine relationship, you have to like what's that saying Bob Marley said? Bob Marley said, you know what, in life everyone's gonna hurt you. It's just about who's worth like bearing that pain for. Which I agree with. What do you mean no?
Not this one, darling.
I've heard that before. I've heard a saying that says love is how much you're willing to take, or how much BS you're willing to take for a person. That's what
I've never heard that
sounds like a dickhead.
No, but let's be real. Let's be real. I've heard that before, but it's basically like if you like the more you love someone, the more you're willing to go through with them, for better for worse. The more you're willing to.
It depends on what.
It's true. It's not true. The more you love someone, it depends what. But I feel like the more you love someone, the more you're likely to tolerate. Is that not true?
No, but you could be idiot and still tolerate a lot. Because I did.
That's why. Yeah.
I didn't mean
I don't
that
know.
word.
Your relationship's not supposed to be hard though.
It's not supposed. No.
So
but you're
if
gonna go
I'm
through
tolerating bullshit, then it's harder than it has to be.
Okay, I'm not talking about. Okay.
I feel like it's different.
I'm not
though,
talking
when
about
you're saying that.
like madness. Like I'm talking about, for example, if you really love someone and they're going through financial problems, you're more willing to stick around. I'm not talking about the extreme of like cheating. That there's non-negotiables and everything.
Do you know every married person that I speak to? Yeah, if you ask how marriage is, they say, "Oh, we've been through war. Oh, it's the hardest thing. Oh, it's not easy. Oh, this, oh, that." And it just sounds like, why? Why is it
You know,
so
they also
hard?
say about sex as well. You know when they say, oh, you know, how regularly do you have sex? You'll hear like middle-aged married couples, and they'll be like, I've been married to her for 5 years. I haven't had sex in ages. Like you hear that all the time. No one glamorizes.
I'm not surprised though. I feel like people need to hear the reality that marriage. I think people need to hear the because
No, but I don't get why. I'm asking why though. Why? What makes marriage war? What makes marriage?
They're married to
so
the wrong
hard?
person.
Yeah.
No, but every married person says
They're
it.
married to the wrong person.
I've never heard of an easy
married to the
marriage.
wrong person.
I've never heard of an easy marriage.
I've known of people that
But
are.
that's the reality then. If there's that's reality.
No, because I've known of people that they're in like nice, happy marriages. But I can honestly say it's like 2 people out of the people that I know that are married, you know.
Guys,
but I don't think a lot of people marry. Okay, so for financial, like, oh, he gives me financial stability. I'll go with him. It could be just the sex at first that kind of woos you, and then you think, yeah, you get married to the person. It's actually ain't that deep. Or you know what? Just honeymoon stage. The way that people maybe would even get married within the first 1 or 2 years of knowing someone. To me, you don't really know that person too tough, but you're ready to marry this person for the rest of your life. Okay, you don't really know them.
But because I had this debate before, I feel like I'd rather marry someone over 2 years than have a kid with them. That's the lie.
100%.
Yes.
I
would.
Million after 2 years.
Yes.
And
100 million %.
Yes,
But
yes.
but no one really talks about women that will have a baby with someone after being with them just a year. That is way worse.
Listen, I'm saying the way people act nowadays, like all these men online talking about I ain't marrying no gold digger, but you're gonna have sex with someone raw with no condom, have a kid with them and be tied to them for life, but you're not willing to marry them because they're quote unquote gold digger, but you're willing to have a baby with them. Can we understand why do these men feel like marriage, and half of them are talking about they don't want no gold digger, they ain't got no gold to dig, yeah, but you're willing to have kids. You're willing to have kids, like that blows my mind.
I think it's just this whole generation. Like I've been around a couple, and when I say couple, I throw that out lightly because they met on social media and they ended up not being together, but fooling around and then had a baby together. Now they would call me about arguments about what they have fed the child. One wants to give him this kind of food, the other wants to give him that kind of food. And she's ranting and raving to me and, I can't believe he's doing this and da-da-da. And I'm sitting there looking at her and I didn't have the heart to say it because I do love her, but I said, if you'd have known this man before you had a baby, you wouldn't be having silly arguments in front of your children about what they are eating.
It's so important, bro.
It's so important to know who you're having kids with.
Even just the vaccination part of things, like
exactly.
You're now only discussing this now that the baby's here. Certain things you would like or not. You don't know them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's stress.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why I haven't had another kid, because having my son, he knows my family. I know his whole family. Don't get me wrong, and I will even say this. I started to see a side to him 10 years later that I didn't even see. So you never really know someone if they don't want to show you them.
Yes.
But at least be on the same page before you have children.
Yes.
100%. I agree.
That's what causes it.
Yeah.
I
agree. I agree.
A child is a life commitment, but hey, a marriage. Hey.
But you say that life commitment, but then there's such a saying of like deadbeat dads. So it's just like the only commitment they've really made to having a child is using their intimate part, and they decide to leave their child's life. And even though they decided to leave their child's life, it's the mum that's looked down upon. Like, oh, you're a single mother. You've opened up your legs like for a man. Like, why? As society, are they viewed in that way when it's the man who's stepped away from his responsibilities? And to me, I see her as a hustler because she's providing for her child. She's working. Like, it's not easy. Raising a child's a full-time job.
Let's not forget about the deadbeat mums, though.
Of course.
I was gonna say deadbeat dad, deadbeat mom, but I was gonna say you have to take some responsibility for the guy you picked, though.
100,000,000%.
You have to take some responsibility. I get that.
If
okay,
you know
he's a
that
waste
man
man for
didn't
leaving
want
the
that
child.
baby,
He's a waste man.
I'm not saying that I agree with that.
Yeah.
But if this man has said it's a decision between two of you made that baby, and let's just say it's a scenario where you two don't really know each other, and you're gonna keep the child. To me, it's disgusting. And when it does happen, it doesn't make it right, but you now have to take that on the chin, babe, because you knew what it was before you laid down with that man. He never brought you to meet his parents. He never, actually told you he cares about you and wants to have a life with you. And then you're there, no, I can't do all that.
But I don't know. I feel like that man as well, sleeping with her without a condom, like, we're all adults. We all know, like, what can happen. So, like, it's like it took two of you to make a baby. So it's 50%. Like, regardless of whether you are regretting your decision now, you've done it. So I feel like you need to step up to the plate. Like, you made your bed, like, lie in it. I just feel like it's too easy for men to walk away. Yeah, as you said, there are deadbeat mothers in this life, but you've got to be honest. Like, even if we looked up statistics, the amount of like single mums to single fathers, there's a lot more single mums because mums usually tend to have their motherly instinct.
I reckon the statistics are going to be higher for the women because not a lot of people listen to men. Is people really willing to sit down and listen to a man as to why he doesn't see his kids or why he's not allowed to be able to see his kids.
Thank you
I
very much.
know,
That's a very good point as well.
no, because I know personally, I've got a lot of guy friends, and the mothers of their children make it so hard for them. Really catty. They act like they've moved on, and as soon as he gets a new girlfriend, they say, "You're not seeing my kids. You're not doing that."
Exactly.
And I feel like it's a problem that's spoken about. And don't get me wrong, women. There are women that are single mothers that are hustling and doing the best they can with a deadbeat father, but no one's really listening to the men and how hard it is for them, because they're just looked at straight away as you're a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, no,
I was
I
also
hear
going to touch
it.
on that because also if you look at like statistic wise, like in relationships and marriages, like majority of relationships are broken up by women. You know that, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, majority of relationships, 70 to 8% are broken up by women. I think a lot of these cases you would find that there's a lot of them who generally just hold the kid away from the dad and just tells everybody that he's not seeing his kid. But I don't think it's a case where they're calling him and telling him to come see their kid and they're not doing it. There's cases like that, but I feel like the numbers are not as high as people actually think they are.
I do agree with you that I think it's disgusting when you keep a man away from his child, especially that like there's no like safeguarding reasons. If you're doing it to just be spiteful, I don't agree with that. That's absolutely disgusting. But what I will say is that as a man, it's your responsibility. Like here in the UK and even in the US, we have rights, we have family court. If your child is that important to you, if your child is that much of a priority, invest in a solicitor, go to family court and obtain rights to see your child. It's not impossible. I just feel like you can go to the club and you can spend, bills on a table, grands on liquor, grands on drip, save that money, invest in a solicitor, and go and see your child. If you're not a safeguarding risk, there's no reason why the courts are going to deny you.
But
Why?
I was going to say that as well.
Like, if we're just talking about people growing up with, and in, let's just say, urban lifestyle, because it's not really urban, but, not living a righteous life, right? That doesn't mean to say that they are not good dads and they don't want what's best for their child. And they can't necessarily go to court. They can't necessarily go and it could be, there's someone I know that has had a hard time with, he's been in prison, he's whatever, but he's an amazing dad. And his kids adore him. That will be thrown in his face straight away. And then he'll have to have, where they go in the visiting centre, and he'll do it. He'll do whatever for his kids. But it's sad because he's always done right by that woman. And she is just a deadbeat mum. And it's so sad to see, like, he's trying his best. And I know both sides because they're actually both my friends. And I've actually taken myself away from her just based on how she...
And let's be honest, in a court, when it comes to custody of kids, let's be real, the man's voice is only less than 0.5%. Like the woman has an advantage.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's a guy like he's like that when it comes to court, once things has been taken to legal measures, it's hard for the guy to win that case.
But the thing is, it's not that hard because it's family court. Family court is so different to criminal court. It's unless you can prove there's safeguarding towards the child, why they could, like the dad can't have visitations. There's no reason why the court's gonna deny. If the mum's gonna make allegations like, oh, like I don't feel safe, they're gonna ask why. She's gonna have to provide evidence. Like it's not. Huh? Yeah, no. So I'm saying, I'm just saying that it's a woman can't just like be like if you stay out of court, then yeah, she can say that. But if it's in family court, like no. But I feel like a lot of men they're not knowledgeable, or maybe they can't be bothered, or it's just not. Maybe they just feel like it's gonna be too hard or like whatever. But that's what I feel like. If your child's a priority, spend that time and invest, research, do what you need to do. Like there's even like organizations that can like help you if you haven't even got the money to, get a solicitor, and there's different things that you can do. So I just feel like excuses. Sometimes I feel like a lot of men like to use excuses. She's a bitch.
My dad said the same thing about my mum. And I've always been wanting to be around my dad. He was just never really there or interested.
Yeah.
And when I got to a certain age, I had my own son. He was like, oh yeah, your mum did this, your mum did that. And I didn't believe it because the minute when I was about 8, 9, and I said, I want to see my dad. She took me down there. She took me to my nan's house and I started getting back in contact. So I didn't believe that for a second. But my response was, where's the papers to say that you wanted to see me? Because if my baby father took my son, take him to Australia, I'm following, you know.
Exactly.
There's nowhere. So what you're saying is absolute facts. Because that was my real life response to my dad.
Yeah. It's so true.
That's true. I can't disagree. They got me.
You got me.
That's
me.
true.
The way
That's
Harry
true.
said it, you
What's
got me.
What they're saying, you guys, if he wanted to, he would.
Hey, that's what we like. That's what we like.
It's like that though. But you know, I did want to say that though when it comes to like kids, like a lot of kids or a lot of dads really do want to be in their child's life, but they don't speak about the cases where the kids. Yeah,
They get a bad rep.
Some of you guys, some of the guys are just.
No, I agree. Some of the guys are just really like wow, but I do agree there was a lot of good guys out there that just draw a short straw, and I'm a big advocate for men, especially like their mental health as well. Like, but we'll speak about that another time, another day. But guys, I feel like it's been such an amazing episode so far. I feel like we're gonna wrap up the dilemmas. We're gonna get into this or that, and then we're gonna wrap up our first ever episode. I can't believe it. It's just literally. It's literally.
Here we go.
Here we go. Whoa. Right, this or that. Actually, I might have to change the name of this game because this actually is a game on someone else's podcast, and I can't really like say it. So, but I'd have to change it to something else. Yeah.
The name is like would you rather? Yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
saying. This or that is calm. You haven't taken anything from nobody. They can't claim that.
No, it's my people's. I'm sure they wouldn't mind, but I just want to be original. But this is the first episode, and we're going to give it a go. I didn't prepare this, so this is going to be off top.
Yes.
Off the rip.
Love that. This or that.
Bring out that Gemini.
This or that.
Right, let's get into it, baby. Okay. Now, this or that. Jordan 1s or Jordan 4s?
4s, I can't lie.
Here we go.
I say 4s too.
Yeah.
4s.
Cool. Robert De Niro or Cappuccino? No, Al Pacino.
That has to be.
I'm so sorry.
Cappuccino.
Oh my.
This actress said cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Okay, so Robert De Niro or Al Pacino?
Oh, I thought she was talking about Leonardo
DiCaprio.
She went the whole opposite.
Cappuccino, Caprio.
Okay, but
No, it was Al Pacino.
Right,
So I
so-
said Cappuccino by accident.
Okay, so Robert.
Yo, Roberto De Niro.
Comme moi? Oui.
For you?
When it comes to Robert De Niro.
For you?
Talk about acting skills.
Yeah.
Al Pacino. Scarface. Come on.
That's true.
Say hello to my little friend.
Robert De Niro's doing up meat and poppers and that. Like, I'm
Do you know what? I'm so embarrassed. I only watched Scarface like either this year, or last year. I know.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy.
I think she's seen it once, though.
Woman, you know?
Really?
Yeah, Griselda Blanco.
Oh my gosh, have you seen the other series?
The Netflix series.
But it's so short.
No, I think it's shit. Sorry, excuse my language. But like when I read up about her, like apparently she was a real G, but the Netflix series didn't reflect that at all.
That's my baby.
You told me about her even before. Yeah.
Real bad girl.
Yeah.
My mom had to stop me from getting her tatted.
Oh my gosh.
No.
You're gonna say Griselda. Oh.
Yeah, you're Black Widow. She's responsible for basically bringing cocaine into the United States.
You know it's bad when what you call it? Who was the guy? Who was Pablo.
Yeah, she was beefing.
Oh yeah, he said she was the only female
person that
he's
he
ever
was
been scared of.
yeah,
Yeah, not even female. He said the only person that he's ever
scared
been
of.
scared of.
He actually, in a documentary that I've watched a ton, I'm not gonna lie, he was actually the only one that wasn't feared enough to take her on. Nobody else wanted to take her on apart from him. Like, he was ready for her and said, yeah, come on, baby. But yeah. She outlived him as well. She died not that long ago.
Yeah, but she got killed when she came back out of prison, right?
Yeah, they took her back to Colombia. She was, look at me, I know too much. She was in the bushes getting food and meat, and then she got killed by her signature way of killing people, which was like,
Mental.
More about.
No, I forgot to say, you two are spirit animals. I swear down. No, but she's reformed now. She's reformed now. You're reformed now. You changed.
I swear, like, even, you know, do you remember, like, when we would do that filming thing that we did? And then they would give me the gun for the filming.
Yeah,
and they'd be like, Blanco. And I'm like, oh, you think I'm Blanco? Love that.
Of course.
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry, we went way off track with this and that.
Whispers, hit with your chest.
What's more important to you, yeah? A good taste for music or a good sense of lifestyle for a person?
Music.
Of course.
Music
that's
tasting
not
is
even.
such an easy one,
You don't
isn't
even have
it?
to
That was
think
easy.
about that.
With
Like,
Nay?
that's not even a dilemma.
Okay, music. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
good sense of humor or music? Music as well.
That's
So
what
say
I'm
again.
saying, though.
Sense
Good
of
sense
humor.
of humor
Or
or a
music.
good taste of music?
I need both.
No, I need
humor.
humor. I need to laugh.
I'm gonna laugh.
Like,
want
I'll
to-
listen to my music in my headphones.
Okay.
I'm taking
And,
both.
and some
I'm
people
sorry.
think they've got humor and they're dry.
They're so dry.
Oh.
But yeah, guys, oh my gosh, we made it to the end. We made it to the end of the first episode.
Yes.
And people like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
No, it's the good vibes. Rich in truth.
Oh yeah, guys, the Rich in Truth podcast where we have honest, raw, and real conversations. I hope you really
was
enjoyed
very
the
real.
first
That was
episode.
lovely.
That was so real.
Lovely.
Thank you
That
to
was
my
so raw, but
amazing guests for bringing
lovely.
their crazy point of views. And yeah, see you guys.
No. Okay, fair enough.
Guys, you can find the Rich and Truth podcast on Instagram and YouTube at Rich and Truth Podcast.
Lovely.
And you can find my personal Instagram at Nene London XX. And that's all my socials, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, all. Jamal, please let them know where they can find you.
Listen, you can find me Jamal Star One on TikTok, on YouTube, on Twitter. What's another platform I've got? Instagram,
yeah.
Snap, everywhere. It's just the same name, man. You better follow me, man. You're losing out on dopamine.
You're losing out, man.
You're losing out on dopamine, man. That's what you can find.
Nick, where can they find you?
Asia 2_ and a J for Instagram. Asia for the same on TikTok. Facebook is Asia 2 because I'm big on my Facebook page. I like Facebook.
Ooh. And M.
Firstly, thanks for having me, Nay. Appreciate it. My name is Emma. And where can you find me? At my house, because you don't need to find me anywhere else, okay? Incognito. Thank you very much.
I thought you were going to say
And I'm going to put everything in the description, guys, anyway. So thank you guys so much. Mwah.